Welcome to Table for 92. Element number 20, calcium. It's number 20 because it has exactly 20 protons within its nucleus. For calcium, we're making fried cheese curds with a special dipping sauce. Calcium is essential to human health, and cheese curds are a great source of calcium, as are all other dairy products. But since about 70% of the world's population is lactose intolerant and they can't process dairy products, calcium is found in tons of other foods like broccoli, bok choy, poppy seeds, sardines, beans, and lentils, and leafy greens. So to start the batter for the cheese curds, I'm gonna need a quarter cup of milk, whole milk, of course. You know, as the philosopher Ron Swanson once said, skim milk is water that's lying about being milk. 1 cup of flour, 3/4 cups of your favorite beer, garlic salt, baking soda, cayenne pepper, 2 eggs. Whisk it all together and dredge the cheese curds in the mixture. Calcium is needed to build strong bones and teeth, but it's not made up in the body. It needs to be ingested from food and drink. Without calcium, you will get osteoporosis and have fragile bones, like a bird. Fun fact, one of the first partial Neanderthal skeletons ever found was in 1909 in France. This specimen is known as Neanderthal 1, but his nickname is the Old Man. This individual Neanderthal had rickets as a child, which can come from calcium deficiency as well as vitamin D deficiency. Rickets means that the cartilage does not mineralize normally, which leads to irreversible changes in bone growth. Because of this, when the first model was made to determine what a Neanderthal would have looked like, they were working with a skeleton that was not at all representative of what Neanderthals as a group did actually look like, leading to public misconception of Neanderthals like hunched over apes. But you know, in reality, Neanderthals were remarkably similar to ourselves. They actually had larger brains than we did. Teeth and bones are not the same, but between them, they retain 99% of all the calcium in our bodies. Teeth are essentially rocks. They're like 96% minerals. But unlike teeth, bones are constantly going through continuous remodeling. It's the softer calcium carbonate. And so you need to feed them calcium to prevent bone deterioration. Calcium is actually a metal. I mean, most of the elements on the table are metals, but you just never see them in a pure state because they don't occur naturally in pure form. Calcium, though, it's the most abundant metal in the human body. Calcium was discovered by the famous English chemist Sir Humphrey Davy. I always think Humpty Dumpty when I read that name. So, anyway, Humpty Dumpty, Humphrey Davy, also discovered a bunch of other elements through his career, as well as experimenting a lot with nitrous oxide, or laughing gas. Yeah, he thought it would make a great hangover cure, and later wrote in his journals that he found positive results with it. But he was also an early pioneer in electrolysis, where an electric current is passed through something to cause a chemical change. Davy used that method on a mixture of lime, the mineral, not the fruit, and mercury, the element, not the planet, to isolate calcium in 1808. The amount of calcium you need on a daily basis changes throughout your lifetime, but it's going to be between 1,000 and 2,000 milligrams per day. Fried cheese curds are an absolutely appropriate vessel for the daily amount needed, but you know, probably shouldn't be eaten every day. Usually at a restaurant when you get fried cheese curds, they're served with like some kind of ranch dressing, but I am telling you, honey is a superior dipping sauce. So good. Thank you, and see you next time. You know, like a smartphone uses 72, I think it's 72 elements of the 92 elements on the periodic table. So if you're watching this on your phone, just, you know, appreciate that and hit that subscribe button.